radio. Check, 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 yeah, check, 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 check.
Just want to let you know it is your host with the most. It's your boy G Code here with Mullet Man himself, man. Give it up for Mullet Man. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you tuning in to Pump Radio. First thing I gotta ask you, man, is just go ahead and tell us about yourself and a little bit about your background, man.
Yeah, Dean Wilson, known as West Coast in the space for a long, long time in the NFT sector. Took some time off, got out of that, but I've been in NFTs, been in DeFi, been in crypto now for over 6 years. I'm 56 years old, have 4 kids. I have 2 grands. Son from 32 years old all the way down to my youngest at 11, second wife, new life. But moved out here to California to make wine from Indiana. I used to be in the restaurant business, used to have a couple restaurants back there called Dino's Vino. My name's Dean, so it just was a kind of a natural thing. Moved out here to California to make wine in 2013, worked for a guy by the name of Joel Peterson, Ravenswood Winery. Did my first crush, meaning actually doing punch downs, pump overs, making the wine, sending the wine, pressing the wine, barreling the wine, bottling the wine, learning everything from when the grapes came in. I knew all that, but I've never worked a harvest in my life. So 13 years ago, I would have been 43 years old. And they never say, I say never stop learning. And so for me, wine has been a passion. I like food and wine together. When we moved out here, my son drew a picture of a label, and we actually brought that to life. Here's my first label.
There you go.
It's called Scribble Scribble Wine. Every scribble tells a story. This one's named Lucille. So if you think of, and then it's got the initials SSW on the top. Yeah. So Scribble Scribble Wine. I have it tattooed on my arm right here. So every scribble tells a story. So I named the wines after my kids. That was our first wine we made out here in California. And up to date, man, I own a product called NFT Wine Labels. And so like Hidericon, which you're probably familiar with, I did their private label for the Hash Bash. So here's that Hash Bash label. Okay. It was a 2020 Cabernet. So I wax dipped the top for them and made those labels for them and put those labels on. So it has my information and label, what we did, how many cases. But this is the kind of stuff, the reason why I came out here. And now we're making a vodka, and it's called Bella Lucy, and we just got picked up, right? So this is Bella Lucy, named after my 2 daughters, Bella and Lucy. In Italian, it means beautiful lights. So we highlight small mom and pops wineries. But when we made that vodka, I was like, man, I want something that pops. I mean, if you look at that on a shelf, that white top, right? That blue label, just sitting there, it screams class. And so here's the thing. I'm an Army vet. And so I partnered up with my buddy that I've been working with since 2016 in the wine business named Sterling. He's a distiller. So he made that. We make that by hand. We bottle it by hand. All that packaging is done by hand. It's me and Sterling working together. There's 3 of us that bottle. 2 of us are vets. One's just a great friend. And then we go out and sell it, bro. So that's where I'm at in life. I have a winery license. I can make wine for anybody. And I have a alcohol license so I can make vodkas.
That's awesome.
The line is called Bella Spirits, and that's the logo for our distillery and our spirits. It's called Bella Spirits. So in a stick, man, you get my food life, you get my wine life, you get the alcohol business side of me. I've been in the restaurant business over 22 years. I used to run restaurants. I used to work downtown Indianapolis, the Columbia Club, which is right off the circle. If you're familiar with Indy's a hotbed right now in the sports scene, just had the 500 in it. Mm-hmm. You know, the Pacers, the Colts. I mean, you just had the Natty champion just 45 minutes south in Bloomington, Indiana. The Indiana Hoosiers, let's go IU. My wife's a double grad from IU. She's got 2 degrees. So I was watching IU football last year like nobody's freaking business. So now coming into this, I'm just, this is what I was meant to do, bro. Right, and it was like, have a good time. So I think you can kind of see that passion, that food and that wine industry. And that kind of led us into Mullet Man. So
That's
That's
cool,
me on a
man. That's
stick, man. You got my age, you got my location. I am doxxed. And the thing that really puzzles me, and we said this in a space you were in,
mhm,
um, people like us, people like you, you're building something, right? You're
right.
doing something tangible. And the thing is, you're grinding and people see you. And if
Hmm.
Element loves what you're doing, bro, and he gets what you're doing, and I think, you're going to start seeing some serious players come into doing what you're doing and get behind you. And so just saying congratulations to you, but people like yourself don't get the attention they deserve, and myself as well. We're not your big KOL shillfluencers. We're just honest, good people that are grinding and doing the damn thing.
Right.
So when you see people that, charts go up and go crazy up to a millions, it's definitely cabaled. It's
Oh
definitely
yeah.
got a rap to it, right?
Oh yeah.
Some people are making money and other people's are getting railed. So that's not what we're about. So we're here to stay. And that's been the interesting thing being on pump.fun. We're not a real pump.fun kind of coin, but we're here because
Right.
I didn't know what else to do. And I wanted to control our coin. So I started it on pump.fun. But
Nice.
I'm really liking what you're bringing to the table within this ecosystem. And we should get more eyes on you and your coin. Have you bonded yet?
I did on my first one. This is my second one. Unfortunately, I had to
Okay.
relaunch because I had this whole issue that I was going on with the first one. So I had
Yep.
to relaunch, and now, as you see down there, it's a nice steady chart. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
that's what I like. And yeah, if you want to invest, it's always going to go up because either other people are going to invest or I'm gonna keep buying it. You know what I mean? So regardless,
Yeah,
you're always
we'll
going to
bring
make money.
attention to you, bro. We'll start doing some music things with BJ with you as well. We'll start downloading all our Mullet Man songs on here for that. And then we'll start
Hey, there
guiding
you
some
go.
people this way. Yeah,
Uh,
seriously. Element wants to do some fun stuff with BJ too. So we're really going to pump you up on that aspect. And maybe on the Mullet Man app that we're developing, we'll get into that later. But we could put a tie into Pump Fun Radio so people could listen live stream to what you got going on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. But I want to get into my first question with you, man. And the first question I got
Sorry.
for you. No,
Yeah,
you're
sorry
good. You're
about that.
good. No, you're good, man. We can chat all day. I got plenty of time, so we're good. But the
Let's
first question I
go.
got for you, man, is how'd you go from what you're doing before with the whole wine business and everything that you got going on to actually becoming the mullet man on Solana, man?
I was stationed in California. I was a military policeman. I was U.S. Army from 87 to 92 active. And then I went reserve for 3 years and put myself through college in a little JUCO in Indiana called Vincennes University. So I traveled the world, came home, had a couple kids, moved out to California, new wife, new life. And I just celebrate my kids, man. And it was 2020 when COVID hit,
Mm,
and everybody kind of got landlocked in their own house. So instead of like freaking out, I just started deep diving. I remember it was like October, November of 99 or 2009, 2019. And I was telling
mm.
my wife, I'm like, I'm looking into this crypto shit. She goes, yeah, good luck with that. And I was like, okay. But I just started dabbling, man. And I turned a good profit during the bull run. And I invested smartly and I listened, but I also did my own research. And I caught coins when they were at 3 cents and sold them at $2.94. Right.
Oh wow,
So, right.
nice.
Sandlot. I mean, I sold sand, or what was it? What was the Sandlot, or what was that called? Whatever. I mean, I sold plenty of stuff back in the day
Mm,
that was coins. And then I got into NFTs in 2022, the big run on NFTs, and I started
mm,
getting introduced to Ethereum NFTs. And then I I cut my teeth on Solana, and I had an FTX wallet, and I had a lot of gangster gorillas, and I had a bunch of other stuff. And I started collecting, and I was like, man, this stuff's tight. I like this
that's
art.
cool.
And I just was kind of drawn to it, pennies on the dollar kind of shit. So I bought a bunch of the shit. And then it appreciated. And I was like, oh, this is cool, but I'm never selling. I'm flexing. I'm showing them on the timeline and all that. I did giveaways. That's how I generated kind of that culture in the NFTs. I started doing giveaways to bring that in. And then basically, I got out of NFTs. I took over a project, CTO'd Snout Bears, which was an autism campaign fundraiser. NFT project for autism awareness. Last year that I was there, we sent out over $12,000 in donations.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
we took a wallet from zero, and with sales and mints, we opened up a snout zoo. And so
Okay.
Bo Art is he's on autism spectrum. He's nonverbal, but you'll see him in spaces and we'll say Bo Art. And I handed all the contracts over to him. I said, if we're going to do this right, I'm
Mhm.
handing this contract over to Bo Art so he can sustain it, because he is on spectrum. He's nonverbal. And so this gives him a voice in this space. So now he has all the contracts as of January. So I basically went off radar. I was listening in spaces on X, but I really focused on this right here because we got the license approved in January. So when this got approved in January, we turned the switch on. We got done doing R&D. We did research and development on it. And so I basically came back to X right around April and May and started doing things as Bella Spirits, promoting my brand. And then I was like, well, I might get back into crypto. So I came over here to pump.fun, bro. And I started gambling, let's say, at the casino on stuff, the new coins, and lost about
Right.
8 to 10 soul. And I was like, man, this ain't for me. I'm a rookie. I don't belong here doing this shit. And I just lost almost $1,000. I'm like, I'm done. And I just said, that's not cool. And I'm like, nah, I literally went to the casino, right? And
Mhm. Mhm.
it was literally, I'm bald, obviously. So there's a picture out there with me doing this. So when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
he's a cartoon character pointing at the sky. So my buddy put a AI mullet on me,
Okay.
clipped it, and I took that PFP and I started wearing it into spaces on X, and everybody's like, hey, Mullet Man, what's going on, dude? And then BJ did the cartoon version. And so literally, bro, I was driving on a Friday. It was 3 weeks ago yesterday,
Mhm.
3 weeks in a day.
Mhm.
And I was picking up my daughter from school. She gets out early on Friday. And I started looking at pump.fun, like, I got a little soul left. Maybe I'll.
There you
And I was
go.
like, no, no. And then I saw the create button.
Okay.
And I literally went to the create button, created Mullet Man, called my buddy Johnny and said, what the fuck did I just do? And he goes, I don't know. What'd you do? And I told him I just registered Mullet Man on pump.fun. He goes, okay, go in there, buy a major supply of it. And then what happens when it starts running, we're going to lock it up. You're going to develop a community. He goes, you have no motion on pump.fun. I said, I have zero meme coin motion. He goes,
Mhm.
well, you're going to have to then concentrate on building your community, and like what you said. So that's what started Mullet Man. It was
Nice,
literally a AI mullet put on my head, and then it turned to cartoon, and everything we've done since is community driven, bro. Even to that community song. It's beautiful. I love it.
Now, what made you think the business in the front, party in the back was a good meme coin? Yeah, I mean, what made you feel like that this is the coin, to do it?
Mullet is a lifestyle. And when I had hair when I was in high school, 1986, dude, and I'm going to don the picture. Like literally, we get to 50K, I'm buying a fake mullet off of Amazon. We get to 100K, I'm putting it on for all interviews
Right.
afterwards.
There you go,
But
man.
right? We got milestones we need to meet here first. But your question was again on the
The question was, what made you want to do the business in the front, party in the back type meme coin? You know what I mean? So
the lifestyle. That's
that's
it. Thank
it.
you.
The
The lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Mullet
There you
guys.
go.
It's just, dude, when you're a mullet dude, you don't care. They don't give two fucks. Excuse my language, but they're like, mullet dudes are like guys holding beers, got the fanny pack, they got their weed
Yeah.
in it or whatevs.
Yeah.
They got a condom in case they meet the chick of their dreams, or the deal. And they're at parties, they're hanging out, they're thrashing, they're fucking, they're partying. But at the same time, they're about business, and you got to keep the business mindset.
That's
What
right.
we're doing is going to be different than any other pump.fun coin. We are literally going to tie in some real use case to Mullet Man coin. And I just want to break this right here. Mullet Man coin is sponsored by, thank you very much, Bella Lucy Vodka, brought to you by the makers of Bella Lucy, fine spirits and fine wines. That's right, folks. And then we got another teaser coming for you. We have a person in our community. She reached out to me. We are going to be doing a seltzer. As soon as it gets trademarked, you guys will hear the name and you'll hear more about it. But we've been friends in this space for over 5 years. Her name's Steph. And I'll talk more about that later when she tells me it's okay. But
Okay.
she sent me a design on this seltzer, bro. So we're gonna have two spirits. We're gonna have a vodka and a seltzer, and we're making them both that are gonna be sponsors of Mullet Man app that we're gonna be coming out with.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. And actually, I got to ask you another question as well. Is what does the mullet coin actually represent in the current meme Solana meta that's going on right now? What how do you feel about it?
This is going to blow people's minds. I mean, we are doing, I mean, we were in a space on Ian Hirsch's space with KO Kid, with Keith Berry, an MMA fighter, and we were shilling. He's like, man, I just don't think it's meme coin season. I said, well, we're not your traditional meme coin. I said, we're more of a utility coin. You know, we're going to have an app called the Mullet Man app, and we're going to have AI generated agents working on it. And the simplicity of this thing, you're going to love this, brother. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You go to Mullet Man app, you open it up in the city that you're in, where you're currently fucking standing. You hit Mullet Man here and you hit the button, and then you type, and then it goes out. Agents go out, and you say, I want a 5-mile perimeter, a 1-mile perimeter. I want a 50-mile perimeter. You know, you gauge it out how far you want to go out, what you're willing to travel. And those AI agents are going to find you sports, concerts, venues, clubs, restaurants, anything going on, any festivals, what it cost, a link to it. And that's what we're going to be doing for the Mullet Man app. We
Cool.
want to generate AI technology within an app. And I don't know if we can run it on Solana. I doubt it. But if that's capable, that would be great. But that's the idea. And we're using all community people. We are going to poll people. I was in a space the other night, and somebody was talking about their AI agents, what they were setting them up to do in their business and how they were programming them with, you know, the prompts, obviously. And I dick around with Grok on Twitter. And that's, I mean, literally, if you're on Twitter, bro, you see me mulletize people, right?
That's it, man. That's
Right?
it.
I take their PFP and I put it in Grok and I say, put a nice mullet on this. That's what I say to Grok. And then he kicks out a mullet, bro. And so people are like now requesting me going, hey, Mullet Man, can you put a mullet on this? I go, yes, sir. You've been mulletized. So that's the kind of shit we're doing, bro. We're having fun with this. It's a lifestyle brand. So if you could think about it, like, let's just go to precursor. Let's go back to May, like the beginning. What happened? In Midwest, where I'm from, the Kentucky Derby starts off the month of May. Right. So you got the horse race in Louisville. Imagine going to your app. You're a mullet man. You want to hang out with other mullet mans and mullet ties. And then somebody shows up with a goodie bag. We have like an ambassador or a tour guide there that shows you how to get around the Derby for your first time, takes you to the race, takes you over and gets you a mint julep, introduces you to people, and then has a goodie bag for you. Maybe if you're into gummies, if you're into smokables, if you're not into that, and you just want sober life, here's your water. Hey, if you want some vodka, we got Mullet Man. He makes this himself. Hey, if you want a seltzer, we got Steph's seltzers over here. Oh, and by the way, welcome here. And here's a t-shirt that says, welcome to the Kentucky Derby. You're welcome, Mullet Man. That's the kind of thing that we want to do. And then the same month, we just go on up to Indy and we watch the freaking 500.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
Right? Yeah. Dude, that was the race. This past race was historic. It was the closest race in history. Over 350,000 people in the seats.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not a big crowd kind of person, but bro,
it was a
so
blast,
imagine,
right?
So basically think of us second layering major events. We have zero cost out of pocket except for travel getting there. We have zero insurance. We have zero anything. We have no cost in that function. But guess what? It's happening by itself organically, right? And all we're doing, we're like Polygon on ETH, baby. We're second layering right on top of that bitch. And we're basically saying, hey, we're here. We're mullet men, but we just want to enjoy the show. So if you want to go concerts, you want to go night clubbing, you want to go to a sports event, think college football, basketball, lacrosse. I don't give a shit, dude. This thing touches all major events.
Everywhere. Yeah. And actually, you know, like I know there is a mullet community out there. I mean, everybody gets together, you know, they got their mullets and everything, but how'd you build your community? Was it organic, or did you have like a strategy, or how did it come about with your community? Because I do notice you do have a community.
No,
How
we
that?
have a great community. We call
Yeah,
them
yeah.
small but mighty. I mean, we're stuck at a 17K market cap. I told people, I go, quit looking at the charts. I go, it's not going to go up automatically. It's not going to go down. What we have to do is we have to work. We have to work together as a team. So
Right.
literally after I did that, first person I called was Johnny. I've been with him in the space for 5 years, and it was back in the Pacey days. And he's an honest dev, and he's a shit coiner, and he knows what to do. So he kind of guided me through that. So he's our back dev. He's also working on the app. I'm trusting his guidance on that. And then we also have Love This Life, who's the seltzer young lady. She's bringing that to the table. So she came
Nice.
on board. We have BJ Bourne, who did the community song, which we both love. It's the best fucking
Gotta
song
love it.
out there, in my opinion.
Gotta love
And
it,
then
man.
we have Rez, who's over in Spain, and we love Rez. He's a serious diamond hand holder. We got Tobach. He's not really on the team, but we have adopted him on the team. He's pretty much family.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. And then we got, let me see. I don't want to forget anybody. We have a great team, bro. And it's
You
all
do.
natural. We brought on Element that you met last night,
Mhm.
but we're bringing on people that we've known, check this, for 5 or plus more years in this space.
And that's good, man,
Right?
because I definitely noticed that
Right.
you do have a good community, man. You do have a good, strong
Thank you.
community. So every time I pull up to where you guys are at, you know, you're all there. Yeah, I mean, so that's really good. You know, it's really good that you guys have you guys are connected like that, man. So yeah, having a good community when it comes to this kind of stuff is very important. So I give you props on that one, man. I definitely give you props on that one. I got another ask you another question. What's the most unhinged legendary thing that's happened with the mullet community so far?
Most unhinged?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
hit 37K, man. We almost bonded. We were number 1 and 2 trending, man. Like the first 2 days, and we were about to bond. We were at 98%, and I was like,
Oh
"Come on,
man,
somebody!" And right when we got to 99, all these wallets started dumping. I'm like, "MFers," and that was kind of disheartening. And then we plateaued at about 25K, and I was like, then my buddy Johnny, that's when he really got in my ear. He's like, "Hey, man, don't stare at the charts. It's not going to good. It's not good for you or the community." And
exactly.
he goes, "You're building." And so you asked your question. We reverse engineered the pump.fun idea. So we took it and
Mhm.
flipped it on its head, because usually coins on here don't make it past an hour, right? The first
Right.
5 minutes, you can tell if that shit's going anywhere. And if it
Mhm.
goes, it usually goes up to 200, 500K. If it hits a million, oh, well, that shit's depleted within an hour. It's down back.
Exactly.
What's the magic number you see on everybody's screen? The 25K or the $2,500 mark, right? It's
2,000
usually
to 4,000.
2.4,
Yeah.
2.5, right? That's all that's
That's
left
it.
in there. And they drained the shit out of it. So we're like, we can't do anything about that. So what we
Mhm.
can do is reverse engineer by that. What I mean is, on X, build a community first, in which we did. We did the song. Day 2, we paid the DEX screener. Day 2, we also locked up 20% of the supply. So we did shit that you should do to gain the community attention.
Right.
Like I said earlier, bro, we just have zero motion in meme coin area. NFTs all day. Meme coin, not my expertise. So we're trying to tell the skinny jeans, sit the fuck down.
That's
Old
it.
man's got this. Unk is on this shit. Chill the fuck out. Relax. But we're actually bringing utility to this shit. You just have to be a little patient. I didn't get this gray beard by fucking worrying about the price of tea in China, bro. I got this gray beard because I've been here 56 years. I don't need no 19-year-old telling me how to run a business. When I see your shit go up to 200K and you're walking out the door with $2,500, shut
Right.
the fuck up, man.
Right.
I ain't living the same lifestyle.
Exactly, exactly. And actually, speaking of the trenches as well, man, I know you've been in the trenches for years, right? Like, well, that's what I don't know if I heard that from you or some of your holders. But you've been in the trenches pretty long time, haven't you?
Bro, cashed out on Pepe at 25K. If I would have kept that shit, I would have been at 2.5 million today. Everybody, the woulda, shoulda, hold on tos. So you remember when Pepe had its first major bump, like it was back
Mhm.
there at the very beginning, and
Mhm.
it went up to like it it encroached like 1 million, 10 million, or whatever it was. I had 25K in my wallet, bro. I ain't never seen that with the shit coin. And I was like, I'm selling, man. Took
Yeah,
profits.
buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Took
I don't
profits.
blame you. I don't blame you. Like seeing something like
Those
that,
became realized gains, bro, real quick.
that's it, man. So technically, even though you cashed out 25K, it's still worth the meal. It's still worth the meal. You know what I mean? We'll just but
Right?
let's see here. What separates your token from a lot of these meme tokens? I know you got a good community, and I know you're doing. But how do you feel? How do you feel that the way your token separates from other people's tokens?
Yeah, I mean, we're like I said earlier, we have utility. We are literally bringing RWA, real world assets to the helm. We're bringing alcohol. We're doing an app. We're working with AI. We're rating on X. We're a tight community. Like you said, the OGs in the space, there's a lot of older heads. So we're not approaching this with a pump.fun mentality. We're approaching this with a business mentality. So you build the business first, and then you come in here and you disperse goods. Retail in here is not going to do us.
Right.
What we're
right.
bringing to the table is a new social app, if you think about it, and it's all based on events. And there's other apps out there that do that, but Mullet Man's a lifestyle, bro. Mullet Man's going to be literally about events and getting together IRL. It's the biggest thing that Web3 needs to do, and that's get its ass out of these fucking designer fucking gaming chairs. And that's what I'm sitting in right now, and getting out there, touching grass, meeting people. And we're not talking you got to drink, smoke, and do all that. It's socializing. It's getting people to understand there's a network of people outside of a microphone in this PFP. You are real. I am real. I'm not afraid to dox myself, bro. I have to be. I own a winery. I own a spirits. We're Bella Spirits and fine wines, and so we have to be doxed in the state of California. And I'm just, honestly, it's a mentality difference is what separates us, and that's okay, because I'm not here for your money. I'm here to make you money, because I want you to know that we're not going anywhere. That's what makes us different. We're solid, dude. I'm 56 years old. I got 15, 20 more years of doing this to literally build brands on X, start doing shit with a social engineered and a social experiment with an app. And I told Steph this. I said, imagine this. Next year, Indy 500, you, me, Leo, and some other people are going to be at Indy 5, and I'm going to be your tour guide, because I used to work there. Bro. So I'm going to take people firsthand behind the scenes, the gasoline alley, going to go down in the pits. We're going to meet drivers. You're going to meet Mario Andretti. So yeah, Mario Andretti used to come to my restaurant in Indy when I had my restaurant, and we used to do a wine tasting with him. So I got connections in the racing world. My buddy Mike Miller, he's last year on the Indy 500, he was the pit crew guy that caught on fire on Alex Rossi's team. So there was that pit crew guy that jumped the wall, and they were fucking putting him out with the flame retardant shit. That was my buddy Mike fucking Miller. I texted him, dude, after the race, and I was like, was that you that caught on fire? He's like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm in the emergency room right now in turn one. I was like, fuck. I'm like, I'm glad you're okay, bro. I go, any problems with the face or anything? He goes, nah. He goes, my crotch was on fire, bro. And I was like, oh, fuck. So you can't see that gas, dude. That's straight corn ethanol, man. And it doesn't, you can't see the flame. You can't see that shit burn.
Now, would you rather have your face burnt or your crotch burnt? That's the
my
question.
Ass. My ass. My ass, my face. What's the difference, bro?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good, man. And I got another one for you, man. Is what does getting mulletized actually mean to you?
Bringing somebody into the community. Like, seriously, we see you. We know you have motion. Mulletizes, we see you, man. And when we put a mullet on you, just know that we see you, man. And welcome to our community. And if you want to rock it as a PFP, please do. But we're just having fun with it, man. I think the thing that we're doing with our meme coin, it's fun, it's applicable. I think this is gonna blow fucking people's mind, going, why didn't we get into mullet coin back in the day? Now these motherfuckers are at all the IRL events. They're drinking the good shit. They're having a good time. I mean, bro, you're talking to somebody that did the first Special K space on X, and it was called the Bing and Bong Show. I was Bong, and my buddy Mike was Bing, and we had the Bing and Bong Show, and we gave away bongs, Special K bongs
Oh,
from
that's
Eugene,
cool.
Oregon. Right? So Special
Yeah.
K, big time in here in retail, but he was giving away shit left and right. And I still got the big booty Judy that he gave me my first one. And then I bought an NFT for my son, and it was the year he was born, 1994, and I gave him that bong. It was called a GM bong. It was a Good Morning bong. So he still has that bong, and he's used it as a collector. He uses it every
That's
about he said he smokes out of it twice, 3 times a week, and he's up in Tacoma, right? Works for Microsoft and shit. So you're talking to an OG in the space, dude, that had the first fucking bong show giveaway, and it was called the Bing and Bong Show. And my buddy Mike is actually, he's the one that really got us doing the fucking mulletizations. He was going ham. He would go pick out people like Fitty.eth and put a fucking mullet on them, and he was just going Elon Musk and all this shit. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Actually, that's what I was going to ask you as well. Is what's your favorite mullet meme that's been coming out of your community lately? What's the best one you've seen so far?
I don't know, bro.
You got some good ones out there. I know. I don't blame you. There's some good ones.
Yeah,
out
there's
there,
so many. I mean, BJ's killing it. Probably my favorite just mullet on a dude is whoever did the one with Elon Musk on the private jet and the steak.
Yeah, that was
That's,
good.
I mean, can you imagine getting that motion with him if he fucking rocked that as a PFP, bro? What that would do for the mullet community? I mean, this fuck, and isn't that weird though? That's all it would take is for like one major guy or gal to fucking rock it as a PFP, and then that shit goes to the moon. That'd be a dream.
That's it, man. Or even just putting a post out there like, "Hey, man, look at somebody's very creative out here." So anything, you know what I mean? And it would just skyrocket. It would just blow up. And actually, that falls into my next question as well. Is if your coin was to get like on a major exchange, what would be your reaction? What would be your immediate reaction? How would you feel? If
Holy shit. Yes. Holy shit, we did it. Holy shit. Like we get bonded, bro. I mean, literally, we're gonna be going after that. We want to give back to the community. So like if you listen to our song, so when I started this, I was not gonna have a TG, no website, no Discord. I was just gonna go heavy on X and get on here live about once a week and tell people what's up, what we're doing, and not do this 24/7 bullshit streaming, but just tell them, hey, this is updates. Here's where we're at. Nobody's going anywhere. Let's grow this together. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. And if you were to pick one person out of the whole world, actor, whoever, doesn't matter who it would be, who would you want to see get mulletized? That's a big one, right? Yeah, because I thought about this one too. I was like, who would I like to see have a mullet?
Fucking The Rock. The Rock.
Yeah, there you go.
The Rock. I think that would be great because there's a picture out of him back in the 80s and he's wearing a fanny pack and he's rocking a mullet. And it was serious, dude. It was a serious mullet. I literally, I mean this, man. We go to 50K, I buy a mullet. We go to 100K, I'm every live stream with a mullet.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and when we go to parties, I will be wearing a mullet. We're gonna be looking at merch. You know, the hats that have the mullet attached. That's what we're looking at. Just Mullet Man right here on just very clean and have a little hair attached to it so people can rock a mullet if they don't have the hair or follically challenged like myself. That's a good one.
I'm getting there too, man. I'm getting there too. So I feel you. But I would rock one of those. Bro. I would definitely rock one of those if you had them. So yeah. Hopefully that comes into play. Actually, that's another question I got for you as well. Is I know you're building on the app and you got the merch that you're trying to do as well. What are your plans 6 to 12 months from now with Mullet Man?
Yeah, as a community, this is kind of cool. And that's a great question. We locked up about 20% of the supply, and the community voted to lock it up until November 11th. So basically, locking it up allows us to really build now, and that's what we're doing in the back behind the scenes. So the sponsorship from my vodka, the sponsorship from Steph's seltzer, that's going to allow us to have like some money to generate for the app. And then also, we're going to start listing some advertising spaces for restaurants and bars and nightclubs and stuff like that. It's a one-time fee for the month. They can go in for $20. They can go in and post whatever event. They can post their menu. We're going to have it so people have access to places that we recommend. It's going to be kind of like if you can imagine having a Guy Fieri in your back pocket when you're traveling the world and like, what's a good place to go eat? Oh, let's check out the one that's buzzing and it's got all the good reviews. And that's the kind of shit that our AI agents are going to be looking out for. And that's just something that I think, down the road, 6 months, once we unlock that, the community wallet, the number 1 and 2 are both my wallets. And number 1 is for the community. It's the largest wallet. It's 112 million. So it's over 10%. It's 11% of the total supply. So what we will do as a community, we will revisit that day, November 11th, when it gets unlocked. We will have an X space, and then I'll ask the community, hey, would you like some rewards? Or would you like to do a function? Or do you want to lock this up for another 6 months and we revisit after we build the app and stuff? Or what's the plan? So that's what I'm leaning in on my community to push, because I can drive the ship, but I need people that are going to fuel the engine too, right? So I need their input, because without that input, I'm just doing what I want to do. And that's not a community. That's a power trip. And that's one thing I don't like about NFTs, when they have one founder and one guy or one gal and they run the community to death, and they just keep minting shit after minting shit after minting shit, and they just pull from their community and they're not giving anything back. So what I like is we reverse engineered this with community first. So community is going to decide to do with the funds that are gained. Once we hit 1 million, bro, honestly, and I think it happens within the year. There's 10 people that are going to receive 10 top 10 wallet holders a free dinner at Blake Shelton's restaurant in Vegas. My buddy is the executive chef there. His name's Mark Bohr. Again, that's public knowledge. Not afraid. And Blake Shelton, if you don't fucking know who Blake Shelton is, you've been living under a rock the past 20 fucking years. So he owns Old Red restaurant right across from the Bellagio. So where the fucking waterfall and the water show is, they have a 4th floor that overlooks that. And so we will be on the 4th floor, and your dinner is paid by Mullet Man himself, because you held that wallet. So that's when we hit 1 million.
That's right. Y'all need to hurry up and be top 10. So when it does hit 1 million, you already got your spot claimed, and you get yourself a nice dinner, man. Actually, no.
Team members and myself are excluded. We cannot be in the top 10, even though our wallets are in the top 10. We can't. And people are like, why is there so many big holders? Well, they got in early, folks, and you didn't. And they got bags for cheap, and they're going to hold those bags. So the people that are holding, top 20 are holding, right? Top 40 probably holding. We've done what you've done. We've plateaued out at 17K. We've got as low as 13K. I'm not chart chasing. It's time for people to get eyes on us, and people like yourself, bro. I just want to say seriously, thank you. I love the way, I like the way you interview. I like the way you roll.
Thanks, man. It took, like I said, I've been doing this for about a year, but, you just keep learning and learning, and I just keep growing and growing. And like I said, before I got into doing what I do now with Pump Radio, I was in music for 20 years. So, the microphone, the headphones, the cameras don't bother me none, so I'm already used to it. So I just figured, hey, I'm only getting older too, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. So might as well be a host, man. Might as well be a host, So actually, I got another question for you as well. Is the mullet lifestyle itself? How does somebody live that mullet vibe in real life if they not have lived that life?
It's basically just being a decent person and having a good time wherever you go, being respectful, knowing where you're at, you're knowing your surroundings. Not every fucking event is going to be a party. There's going to be certain things that might be a festival. It's like, that lifestyle is literally, and when you live it, you know it. I mean, Mullet Man to me is kind of like a non-caring, like don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. I know this mullet rocks. Their attitude, like that football player that got drafted this year, that he was like they focused on his mullet. I forget
Oh
where
yeah,
he went, but
yeah. I know who you're
uh,
talking about.
yeah, so that's what they said. That's what got us trending, and I'm like, nah. But it literally is. It's I think it's literally this lifestyle that we're talking about. It's not rich man. It's not a poor man. It's not who's got money and who doesn't. It's about being with people, enjoying people's company, and you can't put a price on that, right? It to
Exactly.
me, if you show up, you deserve to get love, man. You deserve to have fun. And I think that's the thing with Mullet Man. The lifestyle is going to be based on just really bringing that unity together and bringing people together and getting
Yep.
out of these, not saying X spaces, but
Mhm.
literally going and touching some grass and seeing people that are doing things in Web3 in real life and going, oh, this has meaning. This could fit. This definitely can fit.
Yep.
And for us, the Mullet Man app is just one way that we can use AI technology and then further people on onboarding into crypto. We
Mhm.
look at that as a possibility. If you can start paying with things in Mullet Man, that would be cool. But is
Oh
that
yeah.
my dream? No, that's not my dream. My dream, and not even my dream. My plan is to get people together in a social area that have some commonality, and that's, I think, the biggest thing of this is bringing people together that have a common. I always say I like to hang out with people with like mindset,
That's
like
dope.
vision, and like kindness in their heart. Because when
Mhm.
you align yourself with people like that, you'll go faster and farther.
That's
If you're
right.
battling negative, if you're battling negative people all the time and getting in their ear and really, letting them affect what's up here in your head, it fucks up your plan and it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
allow you to prosper correctly.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. And speaking of the Web3 area space that we're in, in the crypto Twitter that we're on, uh, from Mullet Man to the average person listening right now, do you have any advice for anybody that is trying to launch their own project or token that hasn't done anything? Do you got any kind words or anything to say to these guys that are trying to build out here, just like how me and you are building?
Yeah, keep grinding, and don't stare at the charts. Seriously, do what
That's
you're
good.
doing. I would say follow your lead. You're a grinder. You're in spaces. You're constantly evolving. But your consistency is what counts.
Yep.
Exactly what you're doing right now. Your consistency. If you don't do it every day,
Right.
but you do it once a week, twice a
Hmm.
week, 3 times a week. I don't know how frequent you interview, but I know it's a
Interview,
lot.
yeah, interviews coming like here and there, but yeah, I'm on social media every day. You know what I mean? I just,
Yep.
yeah, that's it.
So for me,
You got to do it.
I listen in spaces, but being an older head, and then here's that reverse engineering again. We have a bunch of older heads. We have a dude from Spain named Rez, and God love him, man. He's a farmer, right? But
Hmm.
I was like, okay, so I brought it up to community. I said, how many spaces you guys want? I said, I ain't doing more than fucking 3. And they all started laughing. So Rez is like, let's just do Monday and Friday, bro. Let's open the week and let's close the week. And I'm like, solid.
That's
And
pretty
I
good.
like that because a true community does not need to be up each other's ass 24/7 and in spaces 24/7.
I'm gonna be
They
honest.
need to actually be doing shit rather than sitting in shit. And that's what I
Exactly.
think what differs our community is that we realize that from the get. So
Hmm.
every Monday night at 7:30 and every Friday night at 7:30, it gets
Nice.
turned up.
See,
And then
and
we
I,
just go over mullet news and we mulletize people and we kind of go with the common theme and hey, what's going on? What can we do to make it better?
mhm.
And we listen to our community. So I think, honestly, bro, I feel blessed. But for those people out there that are doing it like yourself and other people like Pocoho, that cat's crushing it.
Oh
He's
yeah.
consistent. He's
Oh
always in
yeah.
spaces. And I'm looking at him and going, there's a grinder. I'm looking at other people in the space that are actually building something with the utility use case. So
Hmm.
back to that question, if you're gonna build in this space, pick your passion, pick something that you love to do, and you'll never work another day in your life. If you're
That's
into
right.
outdoor camping, I mean, let's say you're a hiker and you
Right.
love to go fucking hiking. Go get a fucking, what is those sticks, those GoPros,
Yeah.
and start recording your shit,
that's all you
put
gotta
some
do.
content out there, or just go film the places you walk, and you don't have to film yourself. You could do it from a self view looking out, and you can create content. Just get
I
involved
think
and,
about
and
that
find
with
something.
I think about that with anything. You could be a carpenter, you could be anything, you know what I mean? If you just film it and go out there and do it, people will watch and people will, you know, tune in and buy that shit up. That's it, man. So but no,
This is the
that's
era
good
of
advice.
content creation, bro, and you're doing it.
It is, man. It is, and yeah, and so are you, man. You got your face shown here on Pump Radio now, man. So that's the start, man. That's awesome. And
Let's go.
the last thing I got to ask you though, Mullet Man, is let everybody know again who you are, where they can find you, how they get in touch with you, and anything else you want to close with here for the interview.
Yeah, again, Dean Wilson, real name, owner, proprietor of Bella Lucy Vodka. Shout out to the vodka one last time. Sponsor of the Mullet Man app. Be yourself, be kind, understand where we're at and what we're doing. We're not here for a flash in the pan. We want to bond this thing. We want to get eyes on us. But honestly, I want people in this space to realize when they see people like you and myself building and other people that we're surrounding ourselves with, we're built different, and that's okay. It's okay to go against the norm and the grain. And I think that's something that we're doing, and I'm okay with that. But you have to have purpose behind it. And I think we have a definite purpose in what we're doing. And we just want to share that with the world. And we're not thinking just locally here in the US. We're thinking globally. Think globally, support locally, right? I mean, wherever you're at, get in where you fit in, take care of those around you, be respectful in this space. You can still cut a rug and troll and have fun and shit, but be respectful of people, be respectful of their time, be respectful of what they're putting together, and understand it's not a joke. Like, this is not a joke, right? This is real. And when we start touching people's lives and we start bringing people up and with us, and we're doing shit, and you see us out there and you start seeing the content that we're going to start creating, you're going to be like, damn, I could hang out with those folks.
Yeah, buddy.
All we want to do is feed you, man. Feed you. That's all we want to do.
That's it. And I just want to give you an interview. You know what I mean? I don't care what you do. If you're just out there even playing at the park, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
Do you drink vodka?
I do, man. I do.
Well, then I'm gonna have to ship you a bottle as a thank you for this show, bro.
Oh, I'll put it right in camera view too,
yeah,
so everybody can
let's
see it.
Do.
Man.
I'll send it to you, man. I'll get back with you in DMs. I'll get that out next week.
Hey, that'd be awesome. That'd be great, man. But yeah, guys,
I'll send you a bottle of wine too, and you can do whatever you want with it. But I'll send you a bottle of wine, and I'll send you a bottle of vodka.
Awesome, man. But hey, guys, you tuning into Pump Radio again. I just did the interview with Mullet Man. Give it up one more time here for Mullet Man, legend here in the game. But
check.